Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. I hope there are no audio or video issues. So, good afternoon to one and all. We are going on with the CSAT series. I hope you have understood, or I hope you remember whatever we have completed so far. And in today's class, we are going to take again two topics together, that is simple and compound interest. Both of them. Okay, so both simple interest and compound interest. So the reason why I'm clubbing these two is because I have not seen too many questions from this area in UPSC CSAT, but these are very important for other examinations and all. So for that exams, please do more and more questions. UPSC, I think this lecture would cover the important areas. Clear. In CSAT, there are occasionally some questions will come from this area, but not too much. Okay, that is why I clubbed both these together. There are about 12 questions that we are going to do today. And that would cover pretty much all the types of questions that can come from this area in UPSC. Okay, no, the questions that usually come are very simple. It's not that difficult either. So the level I will be teaching you today is a bit too much for UPSC in a sense. Okay, I mean that is not that much. Complex questions are not asked. Whenever they are asked, it's very, very, very simple. Okay, but if you can understand, or if you get to solve these 12 questions that we are going to solve today, then you are pretty much safe in this subject for UPSC CSAT. All right, so welcome to lecture 16, and let's begin. Okay, so CSAT, simple and compound interest. So before beginning simple interest, these are the things that you have to know. There are some terms. Okay, what is principal? What is interest? Etc. etc. So basically, principal means the money that is borrowed or lent out for a certain period of time. Okay, so if you are borrowing, say, 10,000 rupees from your friend, then that 10,000 rupees is the principal. Got it? Now, what is interest? Interest means the extra money paid for using others' money. So you borrowed 10,000 rupees for, say, 1 year. And when you give back, you are not going to give back 10,000 rupees. You will have to pay some extra money as well. This extra money is known as interest. In the bank, okay, consider a scenario from the bank. You are, say, taking a loan, correct? You are taking a loan, say, of 1 lakh rupees for 1 year. And if you are paying back, when you pay back, you don't pay 1 lakh rupees. You will have to pay some more, correct? This is the interest. That extra money is called the interest. Now, what exactly is simple interest? If the interest on a sum borrowed for a certain period is reckoned uniformly, it is called simple interest. Okay, if that interest is reckoned uniformly, it will remain the same. Like the simple interest for any year will remain the same. It's not like it will get compounded. Okay, so it is reckoned uniformly. That is why it is known as simple interest. There is no much high funda stuff here. This is actually very, very simple topic. So let's begin. But before beginning the questions, this formula is very important because this is the only formula in simple interest. Let principal be P. Okay, sorry, capital P. Okay, principal be P. Rate of interest is given as R percentage per annum. PA means per annum, which means per year. Okay, and time is T years. In this case, simple interest is calculated by the formula principal into rate into time divided by 100, or SI is equal to PRT by 100. Keep this in mind. This is the only formula that you need to solve almost all the questions in simple interest. Okay, so SI is equal to PRT by 100. Therefore, P is equal to what? SI into 100 by RT, or R is equal to what? SI by 100 in SI into 100 by PT. Okay, interchange all of them together and you can find the one or the other value. Clear? Most of the questions that you get in CSAT are based on this only. So that is why I told you it's very simple. It's not too high funda stuff. Okay, compound interest is slightly more difficult, but again, very less questions in previous years and all. So the chances of it coming is very low. But if it comes, if you remember the formula, you can get that 2.5 marks very easily. Okay, so let's start. Find the simple interest on 68,000 rupees at 16 and 2/3% per annum for 9 months. All right. So before continuing, let me tell you that in today's class, we won't be solving we won't be calculating big numbers in the class. I have already calculated, did these questions myself to save some time on the class. Otherwise, when there are bigger calculations, I have to, it takes time to do it. And if I make some error, it will again, waste your time. So to avoid all that, I have done the lengthier calculations myself, simple multiplications and all. Okay, so I won't skip any step, but I will just write the final product without actually multiplying on screen. Okay, you can check it out yourself at when you get time. Anyway, here the question is very simple, very direct. What is the simple interest? You have to find that. Principal is 68,000, rate is given, and per 9 months is the time. So what is the formula? Simple interest is equal to PRT by 100. Correct? What is the principal? Principal is equal to 68,000 rupees. Rate is equal to what? 16 and 2 by 3 is equal to what? 16 to 3, 48 plus 2, 50 divided by 3% per annum. Okay. And what is time? Time is 9 months. What? So when you put time in this formula, please convert it into years. Okay. So 9 by 12 years. That is 3 by 4 years. Now simply substitute the values. 68,000 into 50 by 3 into 3 by 4 divided by 100. Okay, so when you calculate this, you will get the answer as rupees 8,500. Okay, I'm not actually doing this calculation. You can do it. That's what I told at the beginning. Some, these are simple calculations. There is no point in me wasting time. That is a waste of time for you too. Okay, this calculation you can do. I already did that myself. So I'll just be writing the values. All right, so the answer is 8,500. So this is simple substitution in formula. Let's try another question. Find the simple interest on rupees 3,000. Okay, so principal is equal to 3,000 rupees. Rate is 6 and 1 by 4. Okay, so rate is equal to 6 and 1 by 4 percentage per annum. That is equal to 25 by 4 percentage per annum. For a period from 4th of February 2005 to 18th of April 2005. How do we do this? Okay, here days are given. We do not know the length. Okay, the time is not given as say 1 year or 3 months or something like that. No. Instead, the dates are given. So basically, the deposit date is 4th of February 2005 and the withdrawal date is 18th of April 2005. Correct? If such dates are given, please remember this point, this note given in the side. The day on which the money is deposited is not counted. So 4th of February is not counted while calculating the interest. But the date on which the money is withdrawn is counted, which means 18th of April is counted along with the time. Understood? So totally how many days are there? So 2005 is not a leap year. So February has 28 days. So in time is equal to, in February there are totally 28 days. The 4th day is not counted. So 28 minus 4 is 24 days. Okay, if February 4th was also counted, then here it would be 25. But keep in mind, date of deposit is not counted while doing simple interest. So 24 plus February, March, how many days? 31. Then April, 18. Okay, 18 is counted because the withdrawal date is counted. So 18. So totally this is how much? This is 73 days. Okay, but I told you, you have to convert days into years while putting it in this formula. So 73 days is equal to 73 divided by 365 years. Correct? Actually, this goes perfectly 5 times. So this is 1 by 5 years. Now simply put in the formula. SI is equal to, simple interest is equal to PRT by 100. This is equal to 3000 into 25 by 4 into 1 by 5, the whole divided by 100. So I am putting it as 1 by into 1 by 100. This is equal to what? When you calculate this, seven fours are 28, 7.5. 7.5 into 5. You will get it as 37.50 rupees. Answer option B. Okay, so in this question, the only point that you have to keep in mind is make sure not to count the day in which the money is deposited, but make sure to count the day in which the money is withdrawn. Okay, that is the only thing that you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, it is again simple substitution. SI is equal to PRT by 100. Okay, another one. Adam borrowed some money at 6% per annum for the first 2 years, 9% annum for the next 3 years, and at the rate of 14% per annum for a period beyond 5 years. If he pays a total interest of 11,400 rupees at the end of 9 years, how much money did he borrow? Okay, so basically you have to find principal. Okay, how much money did he borrow? So the principal amount is to be found. Here it says that for the first 2 years, the interest rate was 6% per annum. For the next 3 years, it was 9%. And beyond 5 years, up till the end, it is 14% per annum. Correct. So we have to find, we have to split the formula into 3 different time periods. So we can write it as, we have to find the principal. Okay, so let the principal be P. Okay, we have to find the value for P. So what is the formula for simple interest? SI is equal to PRT by 100. Okay, there is no compounding or anything, so the formula remains the same for all the time periods. So how can we write this entire statement? Adam borrowed some money at the rate of 6% per annum for the first 2 years. So how can we write that? We do not know the value of that money, so P into 6% per annum for 2 years by 100 plus same. Principal remains the same because it is not compound interest. This is simple interest. So principal remains as P into 9% per annum for the next 3 years, and P remains the same into 14% per annum beyond 5 years. So totally it is 9 years. So beyond 5 years to up to 9 years, there are 4 years. So 4 divided by 100. This is the total interest. Correct. So if he pays the total interest of rupees 11,400, so this is the total interest after the end of 9 years. So first, for the first 2 years, it is at 6% per annum. For the next 3 years, it is 9% per annum, and above that, it is 4% per annum. So the total interest is equal to the given value, 11,400. From this, you can simply find the value for P. Correct. So this is 6 by 100. 6 by 100 is 3 by 50. Correct. So we can rewrite this as, this implies, and that is 2. So again 6 by 50, that is 3x by 25 plus 9 to 3, 27x by 100 plus 14 and 400 goes 4 times. So 14x by 25 is equal to 11400. Okay, so this implies LCM is 100. 100 divided by 25 is 4. 4 to 3, 12. plus 27x plus 56x is equal to 11400. Implies how much is it? 12 plus 27, 39 plus 56 is equal to 95x by 100 is equal to 11400. All right, and once you solve for x, you will get the value for x as 11400 into 100 divided by 95, and the value for this is 12,000. Okay, so again, very simple. Just calculate that interest for each of these, each of that time periods given, and the total interest is also given. So when you add all those time periods together, you will get the total simple interest, equate it to the value that is given, and simply solve for x. Okay, instead of x, it's p. Okay, I could have written as x, but instead I wrote it as p. Whatever it is, okay, some variable, whatever you want to write it. All right, again, another one. At what rate of interest per annum will a sum of money double in 16 years? So there is a sum of money, and that actually becomes twice. So if the initial sum is 1000 rupees, it should become 2000 rupees. Okay, in 16 years. So what should be the rate of interest? Very simple. Correct. So how do we do this? Let the principal be P. Okay, so what is the simple interest? Simple interest is equal to P. Correct. Only if the that is why at the end the money will become twice the amount. So P plus P is 2P. So principal is P. The total interest should also be equal to the principal. Then only the money will become doubled. Correct. So here simple interest is also P. All right. And what is the time? Time is equal to 16 years given in the question. Correct. We have to find the value for R. How to find it? R is equal to, what is the formula? What is the formula? SI into 100 by P into T. Correct. This is equal to P into 100 by P into 16. This is equal to 100 by 16. That is equal to 6 and 1 by 4 percentage per annum. That is 6.25. Understood the question? So if in your question it says that the money will double, then it means the simple interest is equal to principal. If it says that money will triple, what does that mean? Simple interest is twice the principal. Okay, so accordingly adjust it and simply find the value for whatever is asked. So these are the kinds of questions that are asked. Okay, it's nothing more than these. So very simple, very direct kind of questions. You should be able to get it very quickly. One more question, last one from simple interest. After that, we will look into compound interest, which is slightly more difficult than this. Okay, what annual installment will discharge a debt of rupees 1092 due in 3 years at 12% simple interest? So there is a debt of 1092 rupees that is due in 3 years of time at 12% simple interest. So what kind of annual installments? You know what an installment is, right? You buy things based on installment. Correct. Per month, I will remit this much. We have EMIs and all, equated monthly installments. Correct. So installment means some regular payment, recurring regular payment to complete that or finish off that debt. Okay. So what annual installment will discharge a debt of 1092 due in 3 years at 12% per annum simple interest? So we do not know what the installment is. So let the installment be how much? X. Okay, that's what we have to find. Then X plus, okay, 3 years, right? So each year we have to take in the interest also. So x plus x into 12% into 1 divided by, this is for the first year, 100 plus, again, second year installment plus that year's interest, 2, second year, okay, plus final installment is equal to, so the third installment should be x. I mean, by that, it's done. There is no interest accruing on that. It's over. Okay, so first there are 3 installments in total. Each time you have to take in the interest along with that for the first 2 years, and at the third year that one installment is given and it's done. The debt is finished. So that debt is, the total value is equal to 1092. Got this? Now solve for x. So this is 100 plus 12x, 112x by 100 plus 124x by 100 plus x is equal to 1092. Correct? So we can cancel this out as 56 by 50, or again as 28 by 25. And this one 62 by 50 or 31 by 25. So this implies 28x by 25 plus 31x by 25 is equal to, plus x is equal to 1092, implies LCM is 25. So 28 plus 31 plus 25 is equal to how much? 20 plus is equal to 85. Okay, 84. 84x is equal to 1092 into 25, or x is equal to 1092 into 25 divided by 84 is equal to 325. Okay, so here again, it's the installment is due in the debt of 1092 is due in 3 years. So you have to make annual installments for 3 years. 3 times you have to do. So the first time you did it, but interest is accrued, so that interest is added. Second time, again, your installment plus interest, and third time the debt is over, so there is no need to add interest again. Okay, so that 3 times together, total amount paid is 1092. Find the value for x. All right, so that's the story of simple interest. Now we are going into compound interest, slightly more trickier, so be very careful, be very alert. In some cases, the borrower and I'm reading this, okay. In some cases, the borrower and lender agree to fix up a certain unit of time, say half yearly or quarterly, to settle the previous account. In such cases, the amount after first unit of time becomes the principal for the second unit. The amount after second unit becomes the principal for the third unit, and so on. The difference between the final amount and the money is called the compound interest. Okay, let me tell you this in simple terms. Assume that you have borrowed 100 rupees. Okay, and you have set this, the time period as 3 months. At the end of 3 months, this money is borrowed for a period of 3 months. So at the end of 3 months, say with interest, this became 120 rupees. So you are supposed to pay back 120 rupees at the end of 3 months. But again, you are actually extending this for another 3 months. Then what will be your principal? Your principal will not be 100, but it will be 120. This 120 is going to be extended for 3 months. It might become 150. And the next time, this 150 becomes the principal and it goes to, say, 200. Understood? But in case of simple interest, it was always 100. The principal remained constant throughout. But in compound interest, the principal plus interest together gets the next interest. That is why it is called compound, because it gets compounded every time. Clear? That is how actually in reality banks and all work. They will provide us the interest which is compounded. It's not simple interest, it's compound interest. Okay, so shall we do this? Some questions on compound interest, but problem is there are a lot of formulas. Nothing difficult or anything. It's actually pretty easy. Very easy to remember also. But there are some formulas. So when the principal is compounded annually means once in a year, this is done. In this example, I said that 3 months, after 3 months this becomes 120. Again, after 3 months it becomes 150. Like that I told you, right? But if the interest is compounded annually, so for one whole year that interest is put, then amount is equal to principal into 1 plus rate by 100 the whole raised to t, where p is the principal, r is the rate, t is the time. Okay, if the principal is compounded half yearly, say for 6 months, instead of 1 year, 6 months, every 6 months the interest is compounded. If it is so, then all you have to do is substitute r by 2 and substitute t as 2t. So the formula becomes a is equal to p into 1 plus r by 200 the whole raised to 2t. Okay, divide r by 2 and multiply t by 2. Because if it is compounded half yearly, then the rate is cut by 2. Okay, so r is divided by 2. But the time period is twice now. In a year, there are 2 6 months. Correct? So that is why we multiply t by 2. 2 into t. Similarly, if the principal is compounded quarterly, what will happen? Quarter means 1 by 4. So divide r by 4 and multiply t by 4. Formula becomes a is equal to p into 1 plus p by 100. Sorry, this is not p by 100. This is r by 100 into 4 the whole raised to 4t. Get it? Now, when the principal is compounded annually, but time is in fraction, what will happen? Interest is compounded annually, but the time period is given as a fraction, say 2 and 3 by 4 years, for example. How would you do this? This is how we do it. First of all, write the full portion. So, this formula only. P into 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to t. So, P into 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 2. 2 is a whole number, so that 2 is taken. The fractional part 3 by 4 is taken like this. 1 plus 3 by 4 r by 100. Whatever is that fractional part, take it as a separate part altogether and write it as 1 plus that fraction into r by 100. Okay, anything, whatever it is, even if it is say 10 and 5 by 6, then you will write it as p into 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 10 into 1 plus 5 by 6 r by 100. Got it? That fractional part is taken as separate for easier calculation. Now, when rates are different for different years, what will happen? If say for the first year it is the rate is 6%, for the next year it is 7%, for the third year it is 8%. If it keeps on varying, how would you find the amount? Amount is equal to 1 plus r1 by 100 into 1 plus r2 by 100 into 1 plus r3 by 100, and it goes on like that. Again, very easy to remember. Okay, principal into first rate 1 plus r by 100 into in the second year it's second rate 1 plus r2 by 100, and it goes on. Why? Because here there is no t or anything. Why? Because interest is varying per year. So this is all 1. The value of t in all these cases is 1. But if it says that say it is for 2 years, so if or something like that, in the first year the interest is r1, second and third year interest is r2. In that case, you can write here it as r2 the whole square. 1 plus r2 by 100 the whole square. Okay, so again, it's a very same pattern, nothing new. Last one, not too much important, but just for your understanding. Present worth of rupees x due in n years, hence is given by how much? Present worth of rupees x due in n years, hence. So some time back, some amount was borrowed. What is the present value of that amount? Okay, that is found out by this formula, x by 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n, where n is the number of years. Don't get confused by all these formula. These are very, very derivative, very, very simple. Once you do some questions with it and by heart these formulas, it's done. Compound interest also, it's not a huge thing. Basically, it is substitution in these formulas. Nothing more than that. Okay, so let's try some questions so that you can understand this much, much better. Easy question. Find compound interest on rupees 800, 8,000 at 15% per annum for 2 years and 4 months, compounded annually. Okay, so it is compounded annually. Be very careful. These are the important parts of the question. Compounded annually. 2 years and 4 months. So this is a fraction. So what is the formula? We have to use this formula. P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole number into the fractional part. Okay, so let's do it. Time. Let's rewrite everything. Time is given as how much? 2 years and 4 months. Correct? This is equal to 2 and 4 by 12 years. We have to convert everything into years. I told you the same is for simple interest, the same is for compound interest. We have to convert the time in terms of years. Okay, is equal to 2 into 1 by 3 years. Got it? Now applying the formula. What is the formula? Amount is equal to 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to the full part. Okay, so that is 2 into 1 plus fractional part 1 by 3 R by 100. Correct? According to the formula, this is the value. So now, sorry, P into, okay. So now we simply substitute the values. So this is equal to, what is the value for P? 8,000 into 1 plus, what is the rate? 15%. 15 by 100, the whole square, into 1 plus 15 by 300. Correct? Sorry. Correct? Now we simply solve for the answer. So 8,000 into, so 15 by 100, which means 115 by 100. Okay, 1 plus 15 by 100 means 115 by 100. So that can be cancelled out as how much? 25, 26, 27. So, no, sorry. 20, 21, 20, 23. Okay, so 23 by 20, the whole square, into, that is, we can actually, 15 by 3 is what? 5. So 5 by 100. So that is 21 by 20. Okay. So this is equal to 8,000 into 23 by 20 into 23 by 20 into 21 by 20. So 20, 20, 20 and 8,000 gone. What is the final answer? 23 into 23 into 21. And the value for this is 11109. Okay, but this is the amount. They are asking for compound interest. So compound interest is equal to amount minus principal is equal to 11109 minus 8,000. This is equal to 3,109 rupees. Simple substitution in formula and finding the answer. That's it. Formula is P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole raised to n. And in case of fraction, you have to add that extra fractional value also as 1 plus that fraction into R by 100. That's it. Nothing more. Let's try another question. Find the compound interest on rupees 10,000 in 2 years at 4% per annum. The interest being compounded half yearly. So when the interest is compounded half yearly, what is the formula? P into 1 plus R by 200 the whole raised to 2t. You multiply time twice and cut down the rate by half. So simple substitution again. P into 1 plus R by 100 into 2 the whole raised to 2t. Correct. So how does this come? Value for P is 10,000. Then time T is 2 years and R is 4%. It is compounded half yearly. Simple. Just substitute. So amount is equal to 10,000 into 1 plus 2 by 100 the whole raised to 2t. So 2 into 2, 4. Okay. Simply calculating the value, 10,000 into 102 by 100 whole raised to 4 is equal to 10,000 into 102 by 100 is 51 by 50. So 51 by 50 into 51 by 50 into 51 by 50, 4 times, correct? Whole raised to 4. So 51 by 50. We can cancel out all these zeros with this 10,000. Now, so the answer is 51 into 51 into 51 into 51 divided by 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. And when you do that, you will get the answer as 10824.32. This is the value that you get. Do it in your own time. I am not wasting too much time. I already told you, I have already solved all this to make sure that we can save some time in calculations. Okay. So the value will be 10,824.32. This is the amount. The question is asking for the compound interest. So compound interest is equal to amount minus principal is equal to 10824.32 minus 10,000. This is equal to 824.32 rupees. Got it? Simple application of formula, nothing more. Another one. If the compound interest on a certain sum at 16 and 2 by 3% for 3 years is 1,270. Find the simple interest on the same sum at the same rate at the same period. So compound interest is given. You are asked to find out the simple interest. How would you do this? First of all, the sum is not given, correct? So we can assume the value for principal. Let principal be rupees X. We don't know, okay, it's some value. Now, what is the formula for compound interest? Value for compound interest is equal to principal into 1 plus R by 100 the whole raised to t minus x, correct? I mean compound interest, so you have to subtract the principal from the amount. X plus 1 plus x into 1 plus R by 100 the whole raised to 2 is the amount minus principal, that gives you the compound interest. So this is the formula for compound interest. Okay, so we can substitute this in the question and we can rewrite this as principal is x only, so x into 1 plus, what is the rate? 16 and 2 by 3. So 16 and 2 by 3 means 16 to 3, 48 plus 2, 50. 50 by 3 percentage. So 50 by 3 into 100 whole raised to how much time is 3 years. So 3 minus x. Okay. So this is equal to x into, we can cancel this. So 50 by, so 5 by 30. This is 1 by 6. So 1 plus 1 by 6 is what? 7 by 6. So x into 7 by 6. The whole raised to 3. So 7 by 6 into 7 by 6 into 7 by 6. Minus x. Correct? This is equal to, what is 7 cube? 7 cube is 343. Okay. So 343x divided by 6 cube is 216. Minus x. This is equal to 343 minus 216 is how much? 127. So 127x by 260. So this is the compound interest. Okay, and the value of this is given as, in the question, 1270. Compound interest is given as 1270. So this value is 1270. So 127 and 127 cancelled. So x is equal to 2160. Correct? So we got the principal. Now, what is the formula for simple interest? Simple interest is equal to, that is what we have to find. Simple interest is equal to PRT by 100 is equal to 2160 into rate is how much? 50 by 3. 50 by 3 into time is 2 years by 100. So these two zeros go cancelled out, and 3 and this one goes as 72. So 72 into 5 is 360 into 2. Sorry. Yes, is equal to, sorry, time is given as 3 years. So 72 into 5, 360 into 3, that is 1080. Answer is option B. Clear? So using the compound interest formula, we have rate, we have time, we have the CI, compound interest. So using that formula, we found the only unknown variable, that is principal. And simply we substituted that principal and the rate and time in the simple interest formula and found the simple interest. Basically, this chapter deals with substituting values in a formula, nothing more than that. Okay, all the questions are like this only. Simply find the value, understand the question and identify which formula to use and put it in that formula. That's all. Some more questions for making this easier. The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest accrued on an amount of rupees 18,000 in 2 years was rupees 405. What was the rate of interest? Percent compounded per annum. PCPA means percent compounded per annum. Okay. So the difference between CI and SI is rupees 405. Okay. Let's put that down in a formula. So what is the formula for compound interest? Formula for compound interest is equal to principal into 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to T, correct, minus P. Correct. This is the amount and this is the, so amount minus principal is compound interest. What is the formula for simple interest? Simple interest is equal to PRT by 100. Correct. So first one minus second one is that. That's all. There is nothing hyphen in this question. Okay. So how do we do this? We have the value for P as 18,000. Correct. So 18,000 into 1 plus, what is the rate? Rate is not given, that is what we have to find. Okay, so the rate R by 100 whole raised to, what is the value for T? 2 years minus 18,000. Okay, minus P, so minus 18,000 minus simple interest. So that is P R T by 100. This is equal to 405. Correct? Compound interest minus simple interest. That difference is given as 405. So this is the equation. One equation, one variable. Solve for that variable. You got the answer. So let's make this simpler. We can take 18,000 as common. So 18,000 into 1 plus R by 100. How can we write this? LCM is 100. So 100 plus R by 100. So 100 plus R, the whole square, by 100 into 100 is 10,000. Minus, we took the 18,000 as common. So minus 1 minus, again 18,000 we took out. So 2R by 100 is equal to 405. Correct? So this implies 18,000 into 18,000 into 100 plus R the whole square the LCM here is 10,000 minus 10,000 minus 200R whole by 10,000 is equal to 405. So this 3 zeros gone, this 3 zeros gone. Clear? So this implies 100 plus R the whole square is what? Open it, a square, a plus b the whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square, correct? So when we open this, we will get 100 square, that is 10,000. So that is plus 10,000. Here is a minus 10,000. So that cancelled out. 2ab, 2 into 200 plus, sorry, 2 into 100 into r, that is plus 200r. Here is a minus 200r. So that is also gone. What is remaining? R squared. Correct. So 18 by 10 into r squared is equal to 405. So implies r squared is equal to how much? 405 into 5 by 9. That is 18 by 10 can be cancelled as 5 by 9. Okay, that is how I did it. And the value for this is 225. Therefore, r is equal to root of 225 is 15. Clear? I mean, these are calculations. The only problem solving happens in the first statement. That's it. Compound interest minus simple interest is equal to 405. So the formula for compound interest minus the formula for simple interest is equal to 405. Find the value for r. Everything else is given. So simply find the value for that variable which is unknown. You have one equation, more than enough to find it. Okay. So another one is here. All these questions, most of the questions from this topic is like this only. Okay, very simple, very direct. A certain sum, we do not know the sum. Okay, amounts to rupees 7,350 in 2 years and to rupees 8,575 in 3 years. Find the sum and rate percentage. So we do not know the principal, we do not know the rate. Two unknowns are there. But there is sufficient data to find the answer. It says that it amounts to rupees 7,250 in 2 years. So the time is there. The first amount is there. Second case also the time is there. That amount is there. So we can find the difference of these two types. That is the simple interest, correct? In 1 year, so here the rate is, it's not said as, per annum or half yearly or quarterly or anything. So if nothing like that is said, you can take it as yearly, compounded annually. Okay, so when it is compounded annually, the simple interest and compound interest will remain the same only. Correct. So think about it. Say there is 1,000 rupees. Okay, so at the end of 1 year, with the simple interest, the amount will be like, say, for example, 1,200. Consider the compound interest. If it is compounded annually and it is, say, put for 2 years, at the end of first year, it would be the same. At the end of the second year, this would be the principal, so the value would be slightly different. Here it might be 1,400, but here it would be 1,400 and something, a different value. But for the first year, it remains the same only. So simple interest and compound interest will be the same if it is compounded annually. Yeah. So that is the principle that we are going to use here. So the simple interest on rupees 7,350 for 1 year is equal to how much? 8,575 minus 7,350. That 1 year, how much extra money was added? And this is equal to rupees 1,225. Okay, so what is the formula for simple interest? SI is equal to PRT by 100. Correct? Implies rate is equal to SI into 100 by PT. Correct? Is equal to SI is what? 1,225 into 100 divided by, what is the principal? 7,350. In this year, this 1 year, the simple interest is calculated on 7,350. So that is the principle for simple interest. Correct? We cannot do that for compound interest. So simple, that is why we are using the formula for simple interest. So here the principle is 7350 only. We are calculating the interest on that for 1 year period into time. Okay, when you calculate this, you will get 16 and 2 by 3. So we got the rate. We have to find the sum. We do not know the sum, so let the sum be rupees X. Okay, so X into 1 plus, what is the rate? 16 and 2 by 3, that is 50 by 3. R by 100. The whole squared for 2 years, time is given, is equal to 7350. Correct? A certain sum amounts to 7350. So we do not know that sum. We are taking that as X. X into 1 plus R by rate we already got. Time is also given. So this is equal to the amount given in the question. Now simply solve for X. Implies X into, that is 5 by 30, that is 1 by 6. So 1 plus 1 by 6 is 7 by 6. 7 by 6 into 7 by 6 is equal to 7350. Implies X is equal to 7350 into how much? 36 divided by 49. When you do this, you will be getting 5400. Okay, here also same thing. The only point that you have to understand is when these kinds of questions come, where there are two data given. Okay, this principle is saying a certain sum amounts to rupees something in some years and something else in something else years. When these kinds of questions are given, that difference between the amount, you can take that as simple interest. Okay, apply the formula for simple interest to get the unknown value. That is here in this case, it is the rate. You will get the rate. Using that, find the compound interest. Okay, moving on. A sum of money doubles itself at compound interest in 15 years. In how many years will it become 8 times? We did the same question regarding simple interest earlier. There, all we have to remember was SI is equal to principal. Correct? So how do we do the same in compound interest? Same concept, same methodology, nothing different. What is the formula for say amount? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to T in compound interest. Correct? So here it says that a sum of the money doubles itself in at compound interest in 15 years. Correct? So what does that mean? Amount is equal to 2P. It doubled. Correct? So we can rewrite this as 2P is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to, what is the value? In 15 years, correct? 15. P and P gone. So this implies 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to 15 is equal to 2. Up till here, very clear, right? Nothing. We simply substituted the amount as 2P because the principal has doubled. All right. Now, what is the question? In how many years will it become 8 times? Okay. So, according to the question, let P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to N. We have to find N. Okay. We do not know. The question is asking how many years will it become 8 times? So we have to find that value for N is equal to 8 times. So 8P. Correct? P and P gone. So this implies 1 plus R by 100, the whole raised to N is equal to 8. Correct? So here we have 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15 is equal to 2. Here we have 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n is equal to 8. So we can write 8 as 2 raised to 3. Correct? But 2 we can write it as 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15. Correct? So we can rewrite this again as 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15 the whole cube. Instead of 2, I am writing 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15 and then the 2 cube, so that the whole cube. Correct? So this can be written as a raised to m the whole raised to n is a raised to m into n. So 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 45. So 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n is equal to 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 45. Therefore, n is equal to 45. After 45 years, the amount will become 8 times. Got it? Again, all about logic and all about substitution of known things in a formula. There is nothing more. Think about it. Again, a sum of money doubles itself at compound interest in 15 years. So you have to use the formula for compound interest, and amount is 2p, 2 principal, because it's double. With that, you will get a relationship between, you will get the value for 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 50. You don't have to find the value for r. Why? Because it's not asked. Okay. Question is asking for how much time will it take to become 8 times the principal. So take that as the second equation. 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n into p is equal to 8 times the principal. Cancelling p, we will get 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n is equal to 8. But here we have already got 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15 is equal to 2. So we write 8 in terms of 2. That is 2 raised to 3. Okay. And substitute this value, this phrase 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15 in the area of 2. So we will get 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 15 the whole cube. So a raised to m the whole raised to n is a raised to m into n, that is 15 into 3, that is 45. So basically 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n is equal to 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to 45, which means n is equal to 45. Okay, last question. What annual payment will discharge a debt of rupees 7,620 due in 3 years at 16 and 2 by 3 percentage per annum compound interest? Same. In the principal simple interest also we did the same question. How many installments will, or what annual installment would finish off this debt? Correct. So same question, but here it is, instead of simple interest, it is compound interest. How do you do? We do not know the installment. Correct. Yeah, they are asking for what is that annual payment. They are asking what is that installment that you have to pay. So let the installment be X. Okay. So according to the question, I hope you remember this particular formula. The present value, finding that present worth of rupees X due in n years hence is given by X by 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n. That is the one we are going to use here. Again, simple substitution of formula. Present worth is equal to X by 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. Okay, so using this formula, it says that there are 3 years, so 3 installments has to be made. So how do we write this? X by 1 plus 16 and 2 by 3 percentage means 50 by 3 percentage. So 50 by 3 into 100 whole raised to 1 first year. Now into, not into, plus. Okay, we have to add all the installments together, correct? So X by 1 plus 50 by 300 whole squared plus X by 1 plus 50 by 300 the whole cube is equal to 7620. This is how we do it. Do you understand? Again, simple substitution of formula. This is the formula to find the present worth. x by 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n. Okay, so first year n is 1, second year n is 2, that is means second year, so it has to be added 2, third year n is 3. All of them together will give you the final value 7620. One equation, one variable, find the value. So we can rewrite this as x by 5 by 30 is again 1 by 6. So it is 7 by 6, correct? So it is 6x by 7 plus it is squared. So basically 36x by 49 plus 216x by 343 is equal to 7620. Implies LCM is 343. 343 divided by 7 is 49. 49 into 6 is how much? 294 plus 36 36 into 7, that is 252 x plus 216x is equal to 7620 into 343. Correct? So the total added value is 762x is equal to 7620 into 343. So 762 gone, 762 gone. So the value of x is equal to 3430. Option A. Clear? Here also same, nothing different, substituting the values in the formula. Nothing more than that to understand here. So when you get a question on simple interest or compound interest, don't panic. Don't think that you cannot do it, because if you remember the formulas, you will definitely get the answer, whatever the question is. Make sure that you remember the formula. Simple interest is easy, PRT by 100. That's the only formula that you have to remember. But in compound interest, there are a couple of formulas that you have to keep in mind. So by heart these formulas, do not confuse them. And if you can remember the formulas, it's basic substitution, nothing more. In UPSC also, these kinds of, this is comparatively difficult than the earlier questions that we did, correct? So in UPSC, these levels of questions are not asked usually. Questions that come from simple interest and compound interest are usually very, very simple and direct. Okay, so again, simply substitute the values and find the answer. That's all. Okay, so that's all for this session. We will meet again at 8 p.m. today for our environment lecture. Until then, this is bye-bye. Please make sure to like this video, share with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that also. Okay, so we will meet again at 8 p.m. Until then, bye.